In this video, pretty much everything you need to know how to replace the dummy plug and a stent pipe on 6.0 POWERSTROKE on the passenger side, and as usual all torque specs, tools and much more. Why we're doing this repair? Because of crank no start due to the low oil pressure on a high oil pressure side. Without further ado, let's dive in. Let's disconnect the negative ground and positive battery cables on both batteries. I'm working on 2007 Ford F550 dump truck. Yeah, in this video will be more for later generations 6.0 POWERSTROKE diesels built from 2005 up to 2007. Yeah, disconnecting the batteries. And also I'm going to remove the battery on a passenger side. We have to pull it out. Nice. Okay, there's an 8mm bolt and remove that bracket. Yeah. Okay, let's remove the plastic cowl by the firewall. That clip is missing. There's a bunch of plastic clips. Just pull them out and good to go. I'm using just a wire to hold that plastic cowl up. We don't have to remove it completely. We'll need extra room on the passenger side to get to the high oil pressure rail. Get a compressed air ready to blow all that road grind and dust, whatever is on top of the engine on a passenger side. Make sure everything is clean, good enough. Okay, 10mm. Let's loose the turbocharger pipe clamps. Yeah, it's pretty easy, and pull the pipe out. It needs to go to get us enough room to work on a valve cover. Disconnect additional positive battery cable from the battery clamp. There's a 10mm nut. Remove that and separate it apart. Here we go. I like to keep all fasteners together. Put a nut back. Alright, 10mm socket. Let's remove two glow plug module holding nuts. One on the bottom. Can get with a ratchet. And pull the module up. And disconnect the electrical connectors from the glow plug modules. Okay. Yeah, on the side, as you can see, there is a lock-in tub. Push it in, press it, and pull the connector out. Check for rusties, crusties. Make sure no any moisture intrusion. Everything looks so good on one connector. Let's undo another one. And yeah, they're all pretty good. No moisture. This is glow plug control module on 6.0 POWERSTROKE. Yeah, push that tab in and pull it out apart. Okay, let's remove the engine oil filler neck. I'm just using the adjustable aka crescent wrench. Just turn it counterclockwise and it will come out. Here we go. Simple as that. Alright, let's just reroute the wiring harness. Those glow plug module connectors on the side. Make sure it's not on our way. Yeah, like that. Pass that coolant hose. Yeah, let's stuff the rag inside the turbocharger pipe. Make sure nothing will get in. Here we go. Nice. And now we're ready to remove the glow plug module bracket. 10mm socket. Remove the one nut. And there is another one was missing on my vehicle. And pull the bracket out. Alright. Now we are going to undo the wiring harness from the mounting studs. As you can see, just sitting on top of the valve cover. Yeah, pull the harness up and push it to the side. We need that extra space to work. Alright, we're almost ready to start undoing the valve cover bolts. Some of the bolts, they're actually studs, and some of them just bolts. Okay, let's remove the front stud. 10mm deep socket. Here we go. And as you can see, yeah. And now we can undo the rest of them all the way around. Yeah, some of them is easy to get with a stubby rigid impact or ratchet. Some of them, yeah, a little bit difficult. All right, let's pull the transmission dipstick tubing to the side and leave it like that. Yeah, it was threaded to that stud with a 10mm nut. Alright, some of them, as you can see, is pretty tight, but you can get it with just a regular wrench. I did a high oil pressure leak test to locate a leak. I'm removing my adapter from the leak kit. Yeah, normally you will have ICP sensor over there. Just in less than a minute I will show you how to undo that sensor. Okay, let's pull our valve cover and remove it. And yeah, we have a tons of room, pretty easy, and now we have access to our high pressure oil rail. Let's remove the gasket. In a few seconds you will see the clip how to remove the ICP sensor. Here we go. Let's disconnect the electrical connector from the sensor. Just pry that plastic tab carefully out and pull it the connector. Okay, 24mm wrench to remove the sensor. Take a sensor out. 12mm Allen socket to remove the dummy plug. On early models Ford used 10mm Allen. This is new design. It's pretty tight. I'm using a breaking bar to break that dummy plug loose. Here we go. Now I can get the rest with a ratchet. Yeah, dummy plug. Alright. Yeah, let's take the plug out. I never seen dummy plugs fail. Let's inspect the rubber O-rings, Teflon washers. They usually never fail. Yeah, looks pretty good, but we're going to replace the dummy plug as an assembly anyway. Yeah, it still looks good. I will keep it as a spare in my toolbox. Yeah, but yeah, always better to replace entire unit instead just replacing the O-rings. Yeah, looks pretty good. It's used. And let's loose our stent pipe. It's on the back, a little bit hard to get. There you go. It can be the 10 or 12mm Allen socket. Yeah, break it loose, ratchet it out, and yeah, you can get it and remove it rest of it by hand. It's two pieces. Yeah, upper part will come out, will separate from the tubing, as you can see. There you go. And here's our problem, guys. Yeah, as you can see, that bottom O-ring is blown. Yeah, that's what's number one will fail in your high pressure oil system. Yeah, that little tiny O-ring down to the tubing is blown. That's why we couldn't build up enough pressure to start a truck. Yeah, normally you will experience hard, hot starts, but eventually it won't even start cold. Yeah, here we go. That's a problem. Yeah, O-ring is blown out. Not good. All that rubber most likely ended up at the IPR valve screen. Yeah, this is no go, but we have to pull the tubing connecting the stent pipe to the rail down to the high pressure oil pump. It's still inside, and first we have to remove the rail. There's a number of hex screws around. Make sure your hex socket has a good grip. Don't strip those hex screws, don't snap. Be careful, make sure you're using a good hex socket. There's a pattern how to tighten it. In the reverse pattern we'll just undo it. No power tools at this point. Yeah, if one of those screws will strip or snap, we might need to remove the cylinder head. Okay, T30. Yeah, T30 hex. Yeah. Alright, let's place the rag because a little bit of oil will come out. When we remove the dummy plug, we actually release the pressure in the system. Here's one more shot of the pattern, how to undo it in reverse. Alright, let's dive in and remove the high oil pressure rail. I'm starting one by one. Yes, pretty easy, but you need to be careful not to drop anything inside the engine from this point on, because we'll get our rail removed and there's injectors and all that stuff will stay on the top of the engine. Yeah, make sure you have a very good grip and don't use old worn out hex socket. Yeah, T30. Alright, have screws pulled out, removed, and some of them you will be able to reach with a key because pretty tight against the side. Yeah, but make sure threads are clean and you'll get it. Not a big of a deal, just take your time. Nothing takes longer than same job you have to do twice. Yeah, as you can see, there's enough room to get it, but pretty tight. Alright, I got all those bolts almost round. There's one left on the very back. Just pull it out. Yeah, this video is only for demonstration how I'm doing, what works for me. If you have any comments, critics, questions, suggestions, yeah, recommendations, put everything down in the comment section below. Will be interesting to read. Now, yeah, one more one more bolt. Yeah, it's pretty uncomfortable place to get it. Yeah, finally, not a bolt, it's a screw. Here we go. We have all of them removed successfully. Pretty easy, but you have to take your time and no rush. Yeah, count all of them. Nice. Alright, now we are ready to pull our high pressure fuel rail, whatever you like to call, or oil rail. Just lift it carefully and let the oil to drain down. Make sure you won't create a big mess. We have a rag and carefully remove it like that. Just lift it up, tilt it a little bit, and it will come out. Just enough room. Yeah, everything's pretty crowded, pretty packed under the hood of 6.0, but it's doable. Alright, most of the oil drained from the rail already, and we're almost ready to pull it out. Nice. Yeah, no pressure. When we cracked that dummy plug, we released whatever pressure was in the rail. Here we go. Yeah, that's how it looks like. Let's check inside. I see a little bit of rubber from the O-rings down below. I will do my best to clean it out, but most of the rubber will end up at the IPR valve, injectors pressure regulator valve, on the mesh at that screen. You know what I'm talking about. Here we go. Way better. Yeah, nice. If this video is helpful, informative, please put a thumbs up. Appreciate that. Yeah, this is a high pressure oil rail. Some people call it a fuel rail. There's an injector fittings. Yep, it's back. Everything's nice and clean. Well, we're going to put everything back together. Alright, here's a new replacement parts. I just got them from the local Ford dealer, and rule of thumb, always use Fomoco Ford OEM parts when you do the high pressure oil side repairs on 6.0 POWERSTROKE. Not worth it buying any cheap aftermarket parts. Is it tubing? Yeah, and a standpipe. Alright, I'm going to pull the tubing from the engine, whatever's remaining. As you can see, the original tubing is there because I'm going to replace it. I don't worry about scratching the tubing. I just will grab it with the channel locks and pull it out. If you're going to reuse the standpipe tubing, put a electrical tape or rubber on the end of the pliers. Make sure you won't scratch it, but I will just grab it with the channel locks, wiggle it and pop it out. Yeah, it will come out. There's a little O-ring sealing it against the high pressure oil pump. Yeah, see, it's coming. It's why it's in two pieces, because there's literally no room to put it in one piece. Yeah, little O-ring was sitting on the bottom. Yeah, or we're going to replace this old tubing. It's not good. Yeah, this O-ring is still kinda okay. It's old. Yeah, let's take a closer look. So far, no rips, no cuts. Yeah, let's wipe it out and have a better look how that O-ring looks like. Those ones are known to fail, but in our situation, O-ring is still fine. Yeah, well, replace all of those parts and then you will be good to go. Here we go. Well, let's get back to our table and compare the parts. Yeah, they're all Ford original parts. As you can see, 2 tubings. Here's a new one side by side to the old one, and stand pipes with new Teflon washers and O-rings as well. Yeah, new parts. Yeah, there's only one way to go. You can buy some O-rings online, but I'm not going to do that. Here's a part number for a tube. Yeah, perfect time to do the visual inspection, have that overall look. Here's our valve train, our fuel injectors, number 2, 4, 6, and 8. Yeah, you can check the wiring clips. Yeah, just do the brief visual inspection, make sure everything's good. Well, pretty good design. Engines overall is pretty reliable if you fix some little issues. Alright, let's start putting everything back together. Oil the O-rings on a stand pipe like that. This is a 15W40 fresh motor oil. Now we can put a stand pipe back in its original place on the back of the engine like that. Just slide it in and it will go all the way down. Wiggle it a little bit and push it down. Yeah, when we'll put a rail, it will get fully in, and yeah, good for now. Tubing is in. Beautiful. Let's get to our fuel rail. Let's lubricate the fuel injector fittings like that with a fresh engine oil. Rail is good to go back. Yeah, pretty easy as you can see. Yeah, everything's manageable. Relatively old design, not like working on the modern diesels, way more complicated compared to 6.7 POWERSTROKE. Alright, let's also lube our stand pipe top part. Make sure all those O-rings are lubed. Lubricant is our best friend. Yeah, guys, if you know some other better ways to do it, let me know down in the comments section below. This video is only for demonstration. Yeah, whatever works for me. Alright, stand pipe is lubed. Let's place our high pressure oil rail first in its original place like that, carefully. Make sure it's all aligned with the fuel injector heads, and just align the mounting point and press it in and click, and yeah, it's in place. Now we are going to put our stand pipe upper part. We're not tightening yet, just hand tight. New dummy plug is almost ready to go. Yeah, let's oil the Teflon washers and O-rings with a fresh engine oil like that, nice and lubed. And yeah, more oil in our situation is okay. Yeah, let's put a dummy plug back in its original place. Yeah, just hand tight. We'll finish the tightening later. We still need to tighten the fuel rail. Yeah, same way as we did a dummy plug. It started, it's good. Yeah, now we're going to put all those hex screws back all the way around. Yeah, here's a torque pattern and torque spec. 10 foot-pounds of torque for those hex screws, and a pattern, very important to distribute the clamping force properly to keep that fuel rail down. Yeah, torque wrench must have. Here's all screws ready to go. Yeah, and well, torque wrench is our best friend, especially when you do high oil pressure parts. Yeah, all right, let's continue with that part. Okay, all bolts are back, and I just started them just finger tight. Make sure no cross threading, and then go in. Very important, no power tools. I would like to emphasize that. Okay, small little torque wrench with a 1/4 inch extension. Yeah, I'm going to torque all of those screws to the required specifications. I know some of the screws by the fender you won't be able to get it with a socket and a torque wrench. Yeah, what I did, I just go by feeling, and for me it's okay. Yeah, this video is my way to do it, and yeah, just to have a feeling of that torque. 10 pounds is not much, don't over tighten. Here's the torque specs for the dummy plug and stand pipe, 33 foot-pounds of torque. Now we have our fuel pressure rail tightened down, and we're going to tie those parts with a torque wrench, and that will be good. Torque wrench is our best friend. Here we go, and we have plenty of room. Time for a stand pipe to get torqued. Easy, and we click. Nice. All right, everything's torqued to the factory specifications. We have our high pressure oil rail torqued, our dummy plug and stand pipe. Nice. Don't forget to reset your torque wrench. Gasket is back. Gasket doesn't need to be replaced. It's still good. I'm going to reuse it. I washed the valve cover. Yeah, I'm going to put it back and connect everything. As you can see, valve cover is back. Glow plug control module. Have to hook up some electrical, put a turbocharger pipe, and we'll be ready for first cranks. We'll check the oil pressure. Here we go, magic of the video, everything's back. It took me almost an hour to get everything in its original position. Yeah, and well, we're ready for the crank. We'll check the oil pressure specs. It won't start right away because we still have to build up and fill all that high pressure oil system with the oil, push the air out, and we don't want to crank it more than 10-15 seconds, and it will fire. We still have oil in injectors, some air. It's getting cold, it's dark. Okay, my launch is running, and let's just crank it, build up the pressure. We still have air, 1500 psi, good, and vehicle needs roughly 500 psi high pressure to fire it up. And let's keep cranking, and here we go, beauty, and vehicle fired up, nice. Idling, going outside to check for oil leaks, no mess, running really good. I had my battery charger plugged in to maintain the batteries. Alright, nice, 1100 psi high oil pressure. Here we go, better focus. Yeah, truck is warming up. I will take a truck for a test drive tomorrow. It's getting late, getting dark, I'm tired. Yeah, and in a few seconds we'll go for a test drive, but take a look of the oil pressure specs. Yeah, we have 1000 psi high pressure. Nice, it's working. And IPR 21%, nice. Voltage ICP around 1 volt, perfect. All right. Next morning, truck started right up. I'm pulling the trailer with the load up the hill. Truck is running fantastic. I'm happy. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. Appreciate it. Take care. See you soon. Bye bye.